Hey guys, just trying to figure out, there we go. Just back in my office to a little water park earlier today, so I had a nice little break from the office and work, and now I'm back at it. Wanted to do, and if there's time at the end, or if there are people interacting at the end and want to ask some questions, then feel free to, and we'll answer them. But I wanted to do a little info, and I was thinking about it today, and someone asked me when I was at the water park and said, why would someone buy when the market's such a seller's market? And they asked me, how is the market? And I said, well, you want to buy or sell? And well, we want to buy. Well, it's rough. Quite honestly, it's rough. And nationally speaking, now some areas are still in a buyer's market or not nearly as hot as we are here in Santa Barbara, but basically in Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, Southern California, it's a really hot seller's market. And a lot of that is actually due to the lack of inventory. So why would someone who's sitting on the fence saying, oh, I wanted to buy for the last few years, I missed out on the bottom of the market, I didn't have the down payment saved in, so I couldn't buy, why would I want to buy now? Well, it's simple. They got two reasons. One is we should be anticipating additional growth for the next several years. And so you buy now versus 10 years from now, it's cheaper now than it is then. Actually, excuse me, there's three reasons. So the second reason is the tax and tax benefits, appreciation growth and tax benefits. Warren Buffett has said one of the best ways and one of the few ways to become wealthy is to have home ownership, buy homes and through real estate, through the tax savings and through the appreciation of the market. But really the most important reason why someone would want to buy right now in today's hot seller's market is because of historically low interest rates. I would encourage anyone who's on the fence to consider to get in and buy. And the reason for that is because interest rates have been hovering. They've been down to 3.5%, 3 3/4, 4, 4 1/4. We're seeing them over here now, about 4, 4 1/4 for a pretty standard loan. The Federal Reserve has said that they're going to most likely be raising, Federal Reserve has not said that, but all the pundits and articles we've been reading has highly anticipated, based on the language the Federal Reserve has used in the last meeting minutes, that they're most likely going to be raising the interest rates this fall and winter. So they had anticipated for a while that would be doing 2 interest rate hikes, but they're anticipating maybe just 1 before the end of the year. Regardless, once the interest rates start to hike up, you're going to see that, before you could afford $700,000 and you're going to be able to do $650,000 or $600,000 or whatever it is equivalent in your area. So I highly, highly recommend that if you've thought about it, call a realtor, call a friend, call your lender, see what you can get into and start looking. Because now you'll be able to start saving your equity while the price is still going to rise. So how does that affect the market when the interest rates rise? Most people, it's going to come down. Well, yeah, it's going to stigmatize the market a little bit, but I don't think, and I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't think it's going to have a huge market correction like the last downturn in 2008. What I anticipate, and my projection or prediction, maybe I'm right, maybe we're not, is that we'll see the market stem a little bit and a little bit more inventory will come on the market, causing a more normal balanced market. And we'll see, because less buyers will be in there. So a little less demand, which may mean houses sit for a little while longer, and we have a normal, at least here in Santa Barbara, instead of 20% appreciation. And I know that's similar in Los Angeles, Orange County, and all sorts of different places, San Diego, there's a lot of that too. So I would highly recommend getting in. So here's some tips for you to consider when writing an offer. If you're in a very competitive market where you have 3, 4, 5 offers on the property, or now we're seeing some places, depending where you're at in Santa Barbara, compared to Goleta, condo or house or high-end, we're seeing some properties only have a couple because the sellers are testing the market. So any hot real estate market, some things you can do to make your offer very aggressive. One would be talking with your lender. And maybe it means you have to talk with a couple. I don't know. We have great ones here if you need some recommendations that can do what we're talking about. And we only recommend the ones that we've worked with to do this because we know they can. But there's some lender programs that can do completely underwritten files where you as the person are approved. So you can actually do either a 10-day close because everything's totally underwritten, or a no loan contingency, just an appraisal, so the home needs to appraise, something like that, so where you can eliminate one of the contingencies, allowing it to be similar to all cash deal, which makes it much more interesting to the seller because you're coming in with one less way out of the property as compared to someone else. And in a higher market where things are moving very quickly, that may be a concern, maybe it's not, because a lot of things do appraise. So another thing you could do is actually having your physical contingency period being very aggressive as well. Standard on the contract starts out about 17 days. Some people need longer because they may be traveling. Would definitely not recommend going over 17 days because sellers are going to be like, whoa, why do you need extra? Now, if you have to explain it, that's one thing. But doing something where you line up your your physical contingency and inspections ahead of time. You say, hey, here's our offer. We're going to do 5 days, 10 days. That's 5 days, very aggressive. Physical contingency period. By the way, it's Saturday at 3 o'clock. We have our physical inspection set up for tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday at 12. So you already have it ready to go. Just assuming they need to accept the offer, and you're in there. So that really allows you to be super aggressive in those terms. And then keep it simple in the terms. There's a lot of things you can ask the seller to pay for. A lot of things that are standard in different areas, like, for example, wood pest inspections are pretty standard that sellers pay for them here. It's pretty customary, at least. Maybe say, hey, I'll take care of that. It's a $125 inspection, but you can then ask them to pay for Section 1 work if it's, $3,000 charge or something. So there's a lot of different ways and small things you can do that can kind of add up, or you can offer to pay for certain things that may affect them. Now, obviously, you want to try to get the best deal on the property, but if there's multiple offers on the property and things are moving very quickly, really it's the person that ends up with the property that got the deal. Because if it's something you love, you got to be willing to put your best foot forward. Now, if it's not something you love, then I wouldn't recommend you putting your best foot forward. Well, unless that's something you're going to settle for. But if it's something you said, this is where we can see our family in and we can live in, and you had another $5,000 you could go up in price point, and you didn't, and you lost the house, that would probably make you very upset. So don't fool around when there's multiple offers on the property. So you need a quality agent to figure out the situation, to know which way to help you negotiate. Because it certainly is a different case if there's multiple offers on the property, or if there's no offers. So every situation's a little bit different. So make sure you got a quality agent who's going to take the time to call the agents, the listing agents, and talk to them. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. One last good thing to do would be to have a letter about yourself. Hey, we're John and Jill Smith, and we're from this area. We moved up here to Santa Barbara because we wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of maybe Los Angeles, and we want to retire in the beach community. We've always loved it here. Or, we're the Davises here, and we wanted to, we've been living in Santa Barbara, and we met each other at college, and we've been trying to make this our forever home area. We'd love to do that, and your home is just perfect for us. A little bit about the home. So it's something simple and sweet and tied into the home, personally, might go a long ways. So if you have any questions, certainly feel free to call me or text or email us. We're always open to helping people out and just being a community resource to anyone that's looking to buy or sell. Phone number here is 805-617-0774, or you can email us at justinetherton@ethertonrealestate.com. Looking forward to continuing to just be a resource to you guys out there and helping out. Have a great day, and it's probably the last one for today, unless I feel like getting on again. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.